welcome back to my channel. Okay, so this is gonna be a very short video. This is gonna be a DIY face mask. So unfortunately, with the situation going on right now, some people are not able to get face masks. I think I have one at the moment, so I decided to make more for myself. Now, since we're in quarantine and every store you could possibly want to shop from or whatever the case may be is probably closed. So what we're going to be using is we're going to be using stuff from what we have before, maybe like old clothing. The first one I made from a hat, a winter hat that I don't want to use anymore, I guess. And the second one is from leftover fabric. So literally, whatever you don't use anymore, clothing-wise, cut it, and we're gonna turn it into a mask. Now we're gonna be using things that we already have at home, like a sewing needle and glue. That's all you need, no machine involved. So let's get down to business. Oh, and lest I forget, I want to use this time to shout out the essential workers working out there, those that have to be out there, unfortunately. The store workers, doctors, nurses, bankers, because some banks are actually open, so they are essential workers as well. Bus drivers, train drivers, train conductors. All the essential workers are right there. We appreciate you. We thank you so very much, and God will continue to bless you. So let's get down to business. Alrighty, so first things first, these are things we're going to need. We're going to need a fabric glue. The one I'm using is called Magnatac. We're going to need the fabrics we're going to use. This is one of my Steve Madden hat that I don't want anymore. That's one of my do-rags, actually my only do-rag, by the way. And leftover fabric and needle and thread. So this fabric, I know people are gonna ask me in the comments. I did purchase this probably 2 years ago. It's left over, like that tiny piece is literally all I have left. I got it on Etsy. I genuinely do not remember who I got it on Etsy from, who exactly I got it from. I just typed in, I think, designer fabric, and yeah, and I came across that person and I was able to purchase this. So yeah. So that mask is one of the old masks I had. I just used that to outline where I need to cut. So that's all you need. So I'm showing you how you could use a needle and thread. And I'm also going to show you the option to use the glue. So literally all I'm doing is just sewing the sides of the fabric together. So this is what I'm going to show you how to use the glue. Now you're going to choose whichever works best for you, honestly. I personally think the glue is like super fast, but you know, just be on the safe side if you want it to be more long lasting, I believe, then I'll probably go with a needle and thread, or you could use both. It doesn't matter, honestly. And once I did that, literally I'm only using the ruler to like place it, make it lay properly. The glue is pretty good. It dries up like, you know, fast enough. So once I did that, I think I let it sit for about like 2 minutes or 3 minutes, and then I continued from there. So this part right here, I think I did let it sit for about 6 minutes because we're going to be inserting the air holder, so we don't want it to rip apart. So I did let it sit for about 5, 6, 7 minutes. So we're going to be using obviously from the same fabric. We need something that's quite thin. So what I have right there is even that's probably even smaller than 1/4 of an inch. I'm not even sure, but that's how thin we want it to be.
So after, like I said, I did let it sit for about 6 minutes, and now we're just gonna go ahead and glue the sides together. We're going to be leaving a tiny hole so the strings could pass through. Oh, by the way, I'm not saying this is like, oh, it's gonna protect you, but this is better than nothing. Unfortunately, some people cannot get their hands on mask, which is quite sad. And I hope this passes, honestly, because I'm pretty sure I'm not the only one frustrated with the situation, so we could get back to our normal lives. So let's show you what we have to do right now. In order for it to pass through easily, I'm just gonna go ahead and grab safety pin, put that in, attach it to the one end of it, and just put it through the fabric. The little hole that I mentioned earlier that we need to leave, that's where it's gonna go through. And literally those two ends, we're just gonna go ahead and sew it together. That should take literally less than a minute. So yeah. Oh, and also something I wanted to mention. I get it that we have to wear masks. Everybody's trying to get masks and things of that nature. But at the same time, we need to also remember to boost our immune system, Drink some vitamins, multivitamins, and things of that nature. And we're done with the first one, and we're gonna go ahead and move on to the next. Now, like I mentioned earlier, this is a Steve Madden hat that I bought like a while back. And my head has gotten bigger. I don't know if that makes any sense. I don't know if your head bigger the older you get, your head gets bigger the older you get, but I'm just kidding. I don't think so. I don't think my head has gotten bigger. But anyways, I don't want the hat anymore, so I just decided to turn it into a mask. So with this one, we're not going to be using glue at all, being that this material is it's heavier. And that right there is just a do-rag that I have. It's black and it's quite very light, so it's perfect for the strings, to make a string. And just like we did the other one, you're going to leave a tiny hole. Make sure not to forget to leave a tiny hole, because that's where the string is going to pass through. And also towards the bottom, or maybe on the side or wherever, leave a hole that's maybe like an inch bigger. So once you do it, because we have to turn it inside out, like what I'm about to do right now. So yep, you're going to need at least maybe an inch hole so you could pull. Well, depending on the fabric, I guess. If the fabric is a little bit lighter and stretchier, then I guess you need maybe like a quarter of an inch hole to pull it out. But this is thicker, so I need half an inch at least to pull it out. Same old, same old. You use a safety pin to pull the string from one side to pull it out from the other side. Now, if you want to make your mask bigger, that's absolutely fine. That's completely up to you. I measured how I want mine to be, and it's quite wide enough for my face. Lengthwise, widthwise, however you want to make it look, it's yours. You know, make it work for you. Now, the reason why I didn't cut mine before inserting it into the holes, because I might decide to actually make it, you know, a bit wider. I'm talking about the strings. I might make it a bit, I might loosen it up sometime if I want to. That's why I decided not to cut the ends off. And this is literally, it is super easy to make. It's not gonna take time at all. I hope you guys enjoy this video.
Oh, and one more thing. I know I don't usually post my Instagram handle or whatever. If you do want to reach out or you want to follow me on Instagram or you want us to follow each other or whatever the case may be, this is gonna be. I'm gonna leave my Instagram handle right. It's Miss Vivian. Literally, my YouTube name is also my Instagram name. So